It was a beautiful day in Duckburg. The sun was bright and the sky was blue, and Scrooge was getting ready for for their next adventure. Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby were still sleeping. Donald was relaxing in his damaged houseboat. Scrooge then went upstairs to wake up Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby for their next adventure. Scrooge walked up to the boys' room and said, "Wake up! It's time for another adventure." Huey, Dewey, and Louie then woke up, feeling very excited. With the boys following Scrooge, Scrooge went to Webby's room and woke Webby up at the same saying, "Wake up, it's time for another adventure." Webby woke up and then had the same reaction as the boys. The launch pad was getting ready for Scrooge's car to get ready for their next adventure. Then Scrooge and the rest of the boys and Webby all went outside via front door. "Come on to the launch pad, hurry up, the adventure is kinda quick." The boys and Webby then got very excited. Scrooge was then said in a very excited tone. Launchpad, Scrooge, and the boys and Webby got into Scrooge's long car. The launchpad drives off. The boys and Webby were relaxing at the back. Then the launchpad felt a bit tired, and then he had tried to stay up all night, cleaning the entire mansion. Suddenly, the launchpad falls asleep and loses control of the car. Now that Scrooge and the boys and Webby were all panicking, Scrooge tried to calm the kids down, but Scrooge had forgotten to steer the wheel. Crash, boom, and bang. Now that the car had hit a building, causing it to collapse with people still inside, Scrooge knew that he was in deep, deep trouble. The boys and Webby were crying because of their injuries. Scrooge said, "It's not my fault. Why I did have that launchpad clean the entire mansion." He thought to himself, "I'm so stupid, why?" Scrooge said before crying and sobbing uncontrollably. Scrooge then found the body of the launchpad near the beach. "No, no, no, no," Scrooge said. Scrooge then fell to his knees before saying, "I'm so sorry, Launchpad. Why am I so stupid?" With the damaged car fixed, Scrooge drove back to the mansion and told the news of what happened to the police and Donald. Scrooge was then sentenced to around 47 years in jail for vehicle manslaughter and child endangerment. The boys and Webby were in the hospital with their injuries fixed. "I'm so sorry, Launchpad," Scrooge said while holding up the window bar, looking outside, feeling very depressed. And that, my little pretties, was DuckTales, The Deadly Car Crash. A DuckTales creepypasta written by MarioFan213. MarioFan213, thank you so much for this story. Thank you so much for letting me read this story. This was actually fun. And I definitely have to say that this story is all really good and well made. And I definitely have to say, I am definitely, very impressed with this story. So my final thoughts on this story. Well, I could definitely say that this is an interesting lost episode pasta. It's not, falling in the same cliche category, not like most creepypastas do. I seriously don't understand why that's the case, but for some reason that seems to be the case. But other than that, I do have to say that this story was actually well made in detail. Like, it actually had a good concept, and it's a really good concept going for it. I definitely have to say, it was a pretty good, concept with the whole, ordeal. Scrooge, driving somewhere, and then all of a sudden they end up, getting, I guess you could definitely say, I guess they say that, what is it? Oh yeah, I could definitely say that they were gonna, doing all this. But this story, on the other hand, was just flat out amazing. Like, it's really well made in detail, so I could definitely say there was definitely a lot of great concept with it. So that's actually one of the reasons why I like this story. Now, the grammar isn't too bad. I can definitely say that. The grammar was alright for what it was. There were still some parts of it that, were completely misspelled. There were some parts of the story that was a little bit difficult to read, but the grammar was pretty good, and same with the sentence structuring. It did a pretty good job with this story. It did not fall into the category of, lost episode creepypasta saying, oh, cliches and stuff like that. There's like, all this is very, believable, but yet again, if they were to do something like this, it would probably be, it would most likely, what am I trying to say? It would most likely get it would most likely get banned if this episode were to be aired. And I'm definitely saying that because it's just, I could see this being the case, although it would be more cartoon kid friendly. It wouldn't be, Scrooge getting arrested or anything like that. Well, maybe it would, but yet again, that's just me, but I really don't know. But I could definitely say that this story actually had a good concept for it. It was a pretty interesting story. I really do appreciate how this story went out. And I could definitely say that this story was actually, it's had a pretty good concept. Scrooge taking his, family and said, his kids, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go, on an adventure. And then all of a sudden something, goes wrong. But at least it's not hyper realistic blood or gore or anything like that. Oh my god. Thank god I did not, sit there and do that, because, yeah, let's just say it wouldn't go out well if it were to sit there and do that. So I could definitely say that right now, that this story was actually pretty good and well made. So I could definitely say there was definitely a great concept with this story. So I could definitely say that this story actually played out really well. So, what else am I gonna say about what I liked about this story? Well, it's the good thing I could definitely say is that there are no cliches like hyper-realistic blood or anything like that. Although that is really common when it comes to creepypastas nowadays, because nobody's willing to put any time and effort. But this story, of all the other stories you've done so far, Mario fan, this story is actually one of the best ones. And I could definitely say I haven't watched DuckTales in oh god, it's been a couple years since I've sat there and watched it. But I could definitely say it was a pretty good story. And that, I'm definitely going to say that. It's a pretty good story, and it was very well made and detailed. So I could definitely say congratulations to you on making this story pretty good. This is not really a long review because the pasta is not really long, but I'm feel free to sit here and say that this story was actually pretty amazing and really well made. Now, I could definitely say that the whole story was actually really nice, really well made, really well detailed, and it's actually a pretty good pasta. So, with that being said, yeah, and I'm gonna sit here and say this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that is fine too. Now, we're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these, creepy pastas, and this is just simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be I guess you could definitely say 10 out of 10. Pretty good story, really well made, and it's actually a pretty good concept. Now, I know the grammar, there were a few grammatical errors that could be fixed up, but other than that, the story actually played out well. It's a very good concept, really good, well made. I really do like how this storyline went for. That, I could definitely say, was flat out amazing. So I definitely have to say it was really amazing and really well done. So, with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? You all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. And don't forget to even ring the notification bell when I upload so then you guys will not miss an upload. So as always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be catch you all in the next video. So peace out everyone. As always, please roll the outro because I'm out.